Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. These are the mods for Tuesday the 13th of December. We do have some updates. Before I do the updates though, I'm going to just explain one thing. In setting up my mod review today, I had 3 game crashes when I got towards the end of setting up my mod review, which was quite worrying. By the third one, I was saving as I went, which I don't normally do because I like to keep my map fresh for resetting for mod reviews. All that aside, it was very much reminiscent of when the game first released, and a lot of people having game crashes, including myself when I was doing mod reviews. Every time I went into the shop menu, the little disc would spin when you were checking on options, and then it would crash. Now, I was trying to work out what mod was causing it. The only mod it was doing it with was the Valmet Series 880-980 by Senior Vertex. Now, I'm not saying that's the mod that's causing it. It could have been a mod clash with some of the other mods that I've downloaded or some of the other mods I'm using on the map, or it could be a mod clash with the map. But the problem is that the Valmet Series 880-980 mod has got so many options on it. Every time I clicked on a new option, the disc would spin, and I'd have that heart-wrenching moment of, oh no, it's going to crash, and it did. So I've removed that mod. I'm not going to be reviewing that today because I just can't get it to work without the game crashing. Like I say, I'm not saying it's that mod, but it could be some kind of mod clash around. So if you were on here specifically for that mod, but don't worry, there are loads of other cool mods today to have a look at. So updates: the Lizard PB5032 by Blendarts, the Lizard T25 by Cashdown18 and Hatchback Modding, the 20-foot Gooseneck Trailers Pack by 82 Studio, the TLX X52 Enclosed Trailer by 82 Studio, TLX 2022 series by 82 Studio. I think that's had a winch and stuff added to that, a whole lot of stuff. The Gutler Mayo by Vertex Design, the Cotter Garant PT 20000 by LS-Agrar Ole, the Farmhouse by Rajo G-Play, the LH822D by Woodcraft Modding and Oscar 8599, the map Adelshoven by MN99, MN97 and Martin N. That doesn't say whether it needs a new save game or not. The Redneck Restaurant by Namog Mod, the Lizard VNB14 by Blendarts, Kolchosnik Jr. and AgroSketch, and the Garage and Storage Shelter by Matej Mods have all had updates. I'm going to start with this. This is the Big Bag Lifter for Wheelloader by Scandinavian Viking Mod Rebuild Team. Got it. 1.66 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. You can have this as a single hook, double hook, or triple hook. You will find it under Tools, under Front Load, under Wheel Loaders, because it's 4-wheel loader. There we go. Out on the end there. Slot count will come down to 1. So you can have single hook, double, triple. And you can change the adapter frame color, which is at the back, to orange if you want. Now, it did say, and I haven't been able to get this to work, custom rebuild, pre-installed telehandler to wheel loader adapter. So I'm assuming that's a telehandler adapter, but works on a wheel loader. But I can't get it to work on a telehandler. So anyway, regardless of that, it will work on a wheel loader, definitely. I did try it with my telehandler, but I couldn't get it to work. This does have, once on, obviously on whatever wheel loader you're using, you can attach rather than just hook up manually. We can attach, off we go to where we're going, take our bags very happily. When we get there, we can detach it, or we can hang them over the top of whatever we're loading into, whatever it might be. But then, if you've got anything left or you want to unload them, just drop it down, press detach, and we're good to go. It makes life a little bit easier than having to actually get forward and hook these. These do have an offset, and if you can see that, so they're offset just to the side, so from in cab you can see the hooks. It makes life a little bit easier. I say that, in the real world you could, because of your peripheral vision, the fact you can lean side to side. Obviously from here I can see the middle one. If I go that, I can see them just about, but obviously when I get to the bags I want to be able to see, you know, it gets a little bit trickier, but that's what they're for. Turn the engine off. So there we go. Very nice indeed. The Big Bag Lifter for Wheel Loader by Scandinavian Viking Mods Rebuild Team. Moving on from there, we have this Farm Sign by FSG Modding, FSG Tasman and FSG StrangeTalent. I don't want to know what that StrangeTalent might be. 2.04 megabytes download, 5 slots on console, 1,500 to buy. You find it under build mode and decoration. The lighting is automatic. I haven't found a light switch for it. You can place that. It says the farm. Lovely. Next, we've got these. I have to say, there's 2 mods today from Deck96. Both of them, the texturing and detailing is phenomenal. The old PGR fence pack by Deck96, 12.41 megabytes download. The slot counts on these range from 1 up to 4. We start off with the open gateway with overhead sign. We've got the gateway with gate with overhead sign. Like I said, the rust effect, the weathering, the chipping, the cracking. It's very cool. Then we've got gates of their own. Then we've got the same, but obviously in reverse. This one, the gateway with gate, but this has got a higher sign. So we've got higher vehicles. That's a little bit taller than the previous one, the one without. Then we're on to wall sections. And again, weathering and detailing on these. Just wow. So those wall sections, these sections, I probably put them the wrong way around actually. Well, it depends which way you want the tops of these to slant. And then we move on to the wall section like that. Wall section like that, concrete sections. Then we've got the chain link fence with concrete posts. Chain link panels with metal posts. It's very cool. Also under build mode and decoration, if we go to fences. Price wise, open gateway 750, 1,140, 970, 1,140, 750, so it kind of goes back in reverse. And then these, obviously, these sections are base price, and then that will go up from there, because obviously when you place them, if I do that way around, it doesn't really matter. Same as any gates and fences and stuff work now. And you can also then link them in with all the gateways and all the various different things like that. But very nice. The old PGR fence pack by Deck96. Next, we've got the wooden beehives for bees. Yes. 6.34 megabytes download. 4 slots for the first one. This is by Fra-Cassés. Again, nicely detailed, nicely weathered. These will provide 25 litres of honey per day. You are going to need to have a honey receptacle. It depends what mod you're using. This is standard in-game one, but you need to have one of those placed if you've got the beehives, so you will get your honey. You'll find these under build mode, under animals, out of bees, 6,600 for each one. Very straightforward. The wooden beehives for bees by Fra-Cassés. Next, over here, we've got, also by Deck96, is what I was saying, the old PGR Barn, 20.39 megabytes download, 15 slots on console, 44,600. But I have to say, for the price, this building is a cavern. And again, detailing on it, the brickwork, the plaster work, it's just brilliant. There's no lighting inside. It's an old building, but inside as well, the detail just doesn't stop. Wow. So much space in here. So come through this section here with a door at this end as well. And then we've got this one on the end here too. I love that. You go through the whole building, you've just got like a little oil can. Brilliant. So this will be under build mode and sheds. There you go. Slot count comes down to 1, 44,600. You need a bit of space though to place it because it's a fairly big building, as you can see. Next, we've got the soybean factory. It doesn't produce soybean, but it does require soybean. This does soybean patties. 8.31 megabytes download, 15 slots on console, 75 grand to buy. It's by Oncle-Sly. It has 2 sell points that come with this as well. The sell points are 11 slots and 12 slots and 55,000 each. We'll have a look at those in the build mode in just a moment. The requirements for what this takes, I think I've got it running already. Soybean, 100,000 litres. Barley, flour, 200,000 litres. Sunflower oil, 10,000 litres. And then you produce soybean patties. One thing I will say, it's a tiny thing. When you come up here, the door is kind of sunk into the floor here a little bit. I'm not sure if that's... Unless it's supposed to be like that, the door handle's just low. I don't know. But anyway, the trigger's there for managing cycles per month, 240. The recipe there, 10, 2, 2 and 1 for 13 out. I have got it running on soybean patties at 138 litres at the moment. I'm going to say it, but I'll forget. Hopefully by the end, or at the end, I'll speed up time so we can see what the pallets look like when they come out. Because if I speed up time now, it'll start to get dark and then we won't be able to see the rest of the mods as we go round. Under build mode, under productions is where you will find it. Out on the end there, 75 grand slot count comes down to 1 from 15. And if we go to sell points, out on the end there, we'll say 11 slots and 12 slots, didn't I? Yeah, 11 slots and 12 slots, 55 grand each. Got the fast food restaurant US, fast food restaurant EU. Those are behind me. So that's the US one. So these are the sell points that come with it. Chez Tonton, Restauration Rapide. And we come around the back. Everything gets put in here. And your pallets will spawn out the back. So like I say, if I remember... Oh, there's pallets up on here, I suppose. We can have a look at them there. And that's what the pallets will look like. There we go. Soybean patties. It's an interesting one. That's by Oncle-Sly. The soybean factory. Next, we've got this. Another really nicely detailed mod. This is the French City gas station by Dams. I want to get this right. Laconi? Hang on. Dams Laconi or Laconi? I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. 5.1 megabytes download, 35 slots on console, 125,000 to buy. This is a gas station. It's also a methane station, electricity station. It's also a workshop trigger. And it will also pay you 7,800 per calendar month, depending on what you've got your days set, how many days per month, but it'll pay you 7,800 per month. That's the income from the gas station, I assume, as we go. Really nicely detailed. So you've got your fuel point there. You've got your... Is that the methane one? And then, I think it's electric, it said as well. And then you've got your workshop trigger just over here. Something a bit different, isn't it? I suppose if you've got tenants and stuff here, they're paying rent. I guess that's what you get paid for as well. For an ongoing concern, you will find this under build mode and tools. There we go. Just there. 7,800 per calendar month. Slot count will come down from 35 to 2 if you wanted to place multiple ones. Diesel, diesel, def and methane. Sorry, not electricity. Diesel, def and methane you can get from here. The French City gas station by Dams Laconi. Moving on. We've got this. The Unia Puma U32 and the, I think it's Pantera U33. By SzwagierPrezes is 10.19 megabytes download. There are 3 slots each. There are 2 of these, a 0.8 meter and a 1.2. I've gone for the 1.2 meter. This is a power harrow. And what I like about this as well is if you don't get the cover on it, the belt system on here, the way that's designed, how the belt system works to get all of these moving, it's absolutely brilliant. Very, very cool indeed. You'll find it, not under there, under power harrows. Or them, should I say. 1,180 for the Puma. Oh, it's Pantera. That's weird. There's a spelling mistake then. Oh, yeah, there's an extra M on the website. It's Pantera. Pantera. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And 1,180 for the 1.2 meter. Options are the same on both of them. So we can have it standard or with a cover, just to protect you from all those belts. Main colour, anything on that palette. Design colour does the cover. Job done. But what's more impressive with this is the actual animation of everything moving in the belts. Let's turn it on. I love it. Yeah, it's not very big. It's for small farm work, but And away we go. Power harrowing. That's cool. The Unia Puma U32 and Pantera U33 by SzwagierPrezes. Next. Oh, we've got tractor pulling. We've got tractor pulling. This is the tractor pulling pack by Dominick. And I have to say, 26.66 megabytes download, that's all, which is pretty impressive. There's a whole load of stuff in here. We've got a roller under silo compaction. We've got a box grader under sprayers. Now, the roller and the box grader would be used on a tractor pulling run track. When they set these up, they go from town to town or place to place, state to state, whenever they do these. So when they set it all up, they'll do a run and then they'll level it, and then every now and again they'll spray it with water and then they'll go again. So those two implements we'll have a look at. You can use those regularly on the farm, but you could use those if you were doing the tractor pulling. We've got the sled itself, so the pulling sled. We can add weight to this. We'll have a look at all the details of this. We've got a weighing station, so for the vehicles or the sled or whatever over there. We've got a ticket office as well. Just there. And then we've got stands. Now these stands are transportable, so you can go from place to place taking these stands. And as you can see, you can link them all together. You raise them up, take them wherever you're going, lower them down. Everyone comes and joins stands, which you can do as well. I think these have the mod with the Kubota pack, I think. So if you're playing multiplayer and you've got a load of people that want to come watch, you can. It's just, oh, it's so clever and so brilliant. I've gone with the 4755 mod, which is also by Dominick, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is, because it looks like a tractor pulling sort of, bit of kit. So what should we look at first? Well, we'll over and have a look at this. So like I say, you can, if you want to be immersive and between each run want to do this, you can, but you can use this for silo compaction. That's what you find it under. So we've got the roller, which is very cool, and you can run over the track whenever you want. Actually, do we have... No, we don't. Drop that off. Over the back we've got the box grader. So the box grader can be used for levelling as well, and sprays. I mean, this one will do liquid fertilizer or herbicide out to, I think it's 6.6 meters, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6.6 meters. Now this has got an unreal capacity at the moment. I think it's 6,000 litres or 60,000 litres you can have. It sprays out the back. If we lower it down, or we can raise it up and just do the spray. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about it. But that's what it would be used for on the actual course if you wanted to be doing that. Now we're back over to where all the gear is. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at them in the actual store menu, and then we'll have a look at how they work. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's such a brilliant addition. Anyway, under build mode, and along to, is it tools? I think it was tools. Yeah, out on the end there. Tractor pulling pack, small weighing station. Slot count on that was 2. 4,000 to buy. Slot count comes down to 1. The ticket office was under decoration, others, out on the end there. Slot count on the ticket office was 9, comes down to 1, 500 to buy. If we come out of there and we go into this menu, you will find the, where are we, under silo compaction, out on the end there, we've got the Staygo 485 Pro wheeled, which we've already seen, the leveler, flattener. Options on that, additional weight, yes or no. Takes it from 3.9 tonne to 5.1 tonne, and then we can do main colour, anything on that palette at all, like so. If we go to, it was under sprayers, was the box grader. There we go, 1,500. Slot count on the box grader was 4. Comes down to 1. Options on this, we're going to standard configuration, so yeah, 600 litres or 60,000 litres. So if you want to use it on your farm, you can. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. which does the framework, tanks will stay white. Then if we come down to miscellaneous, the portable grandstand. The portable grandstand is 2 slots and 1,000. Slot count comes down to 1. We've got the option on this to change the main colour, which does the framework, like that. The deck, at the moment the deck looks like sort of checker plate, diamond plate, and it says white. If I go onto there, it's set on white. If we change it to anything else, it goes a flat colour or a flat option. So if you want to have it like a checker plate option, go with that. Or you can have the chromed versions as well if you want to. And then we've got seat option. We can change the colour of the seats. I went for a brown, but you don't have to. You can go for any colour you like. So things like that at the top, if you want to change it to look like a wood effect, maple, pine, red oak. I went for just a brown, which looks a bit too shiny, and then we can change the rim colour on there as well. Then the pulling sled itself. So the pulling sled itself has already got some sponsors on it, but we can have the concrete weights or additional weights, whatever the weights are made out of. We can add weights in to fill that up completely. Depending on what you're going to be pulling it with, will depend on how many weights you're going to want to adjust that to. That'll be entirely up to you. It does have a 20,000 litre capacity as well. So if you're finding whatever you're pulling it with is pulling it too easily, you can then add in various different liquids as well. Liquid fertiliser, herbicide, water, milk, all sorts of things if you want to add more weight in. We've got brands, and we can run through all these different brands if you want to have it branded on the side as well. Then we've got a guardrail, yes or no, around the cab. Folding mechanism, standard, medium or slow. That's for the box section, which rides itself forward as you go down the track, increasing the weight and the friction on the track. So you can have that standard, it will go at normal speed, then it will go slightly slower or slower even more. Then we've got a change of hub colour. We'll do your hubs. Your main colour. Does your main colour. There are satins and flats and glosses and various different ones. Fender colour. Cab colour. Lead sled. We can change the colour of that too. Rim colour. There's loads to choose from. Should have gone for a colour that stood out a bit more. That doesn't help. Green, there we go. So all of those options on the sled as well. So let me look at my list. We've done the roller, sprayer, ticket office, portable stands, pull-in sled, and weighing station. We have. Right, so let's start with, actually I should have grabbed the tractor. Drop those off. I'll just do one, but as you can see they are all hooked together. So the stands themselves, if I fold the trailer, that lifts it up on its wheels. If I detach the one behind it, you can then take those with whatever you're using from place to place, if you wish, with the trailer hitch on the back, and whenever you get to where you're going, drop it down, detach it, and there it sits. The weighing station is pretty self-explanatory. It's a weighing station, you put weight on it, it will come up on there. Ticket office is self-explanatory. Now we move on to the sled itself. Now the sled itself for transportation does have a rear trailer hitch, so I think you can probably attach the PTO as well. So you can probably add more weights. You could probably stick another trailer on that with more weights on, so depending on what you're pulling it with, you can add more and more on if you want. You could probably attach those on and go from place to place. So you've got the wheels here, you've got the wheel section on the front there, and then you've got this, you can attach it to a lorry truck as you're going along. So if we start that up, I'm going to just back this up. Come on. There we go. As if we have arrived on site. Now if you're playing multiplayer, you can have a person actually in the sled, and then you can have your tractor that's pulling it. If you're playing on your own, you don't have to worry. Disconnect and get that out of the way, and then we'll get into the sled. Now the sled can be driven, just for, well, I mean, you can drive it around, but in all honesty, you probably want to, just for resetting it on the track. We start the engine. If we go pipe in, puts that away, so that's ready for operation. That's for transportation. If we close cover, puts the wheels down. So when you've done a run with a vehicle, you then back it down the track to wherever you want to get to, and that pulls the chain out pretty straight in front, like so. When you're ready for doing the run, put it back down on the deck, all good to go. We do have lights, beacon, interior looks like this. So if you're in the cab, you would have an operator in here. The operator can then move the sled faster or slower, and like I say, more weight can be added and that kind of stuff. I've got 20,000 litres of water in this as well. You can add more or less in, it's entirely up to you. If we come out of there and hop out, that's now ready for a run. Honestly, the whole concept is bonkers, but absolutely brilliant. Let's start this up. Now this has got 890 horsepower, and I think it pulls it fairly well. That's even with all the weight in and 20,000 litres of water. I say fairly easily, not fairly easily. But if you're going to be doing this with regular tractors, it's going to be a case of fiddling around. Now here's the other interesting thing. I don't think this is because of the new edition, the Platinum edition with winches and stuff like this, but for however long we've been told, on console especially, oh, you can't have towing, you can't have towing chains, it won't work. I mean, all right, technically this is attached at one end already, but that's a towing chain for all intents and purposes, and I can hook up to that. If I put my lights on as well, put my beacon on, I'm now ready to do my run. Okay, now if I haven't got multiplayer, if I'm not working with somebody else, let's pull it forward to it straight, here we go, I can operate from in my cab. So when it says unfold vehicle, that is what will set the sled moving forward. And we'll set that first, and then we're going to roll call. So unfold vehicle, let's go. It's 890 horsepower, but it's struggling a little bit, and we're going off course. We can't go too far off course. We would need to see how far we can get down the course before it either bogs us down, or if we get to the end of the course, how quickly do we get there. So this is still pulling that. Well, I say it, pull it like that. Anyway, so that's how it operates. Honestly, it's nuts, but very cool. And obviously, this is an overpowered tractor with all sorts of extra bells and whistles. But there are tractors with very high horsepower, more horsepower than this. So yeah, with the trailer hitch on the back, you probably could add more weight on here as well, make it incredibly difficult. Or I wonder whether you could attach a second sled. The fact that's got a rear trailer hitch, whether you could put a second sled behind it. Maybe you could run a double sled. That would be something to look at. But anyway, if we detach them there, I've done my run. We can then return that back to the start position, and if you want to, like say, go full immersive, you can then simulate. Let's fold that back, pipe out, no, close cover, sorry, put the wheels back down, and then we return back down the course, and you can go over the course, level it, spray it, and you're good to go again. Just brilliant. Just brilliant. Tractor pulling. I guess it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Anyway, that's by Dominick. Awesome. Moving on from there, we have got the Krampe Big Body 790 by Bayern-Agrar and SzwagierPrezes 7250. 8.34 megabytes now, 9 slots on console. A few different options with regard to colour and stuff like that. Nicely detailed, nicely modded, nicely made. You'll find it, not under there, you'll find it under trailers. Right there. It is, the slot count was 9, comes down to 1. We can either have it, it comes standard like that, I say standard with the extension, but if you want it like that, which takes the price down a bit, 26,900 litres or 41,000 litres. For 47 grand, which is a pretty good price, I have to say, for the capacity. We've got the option of Trelleborg, VKT, Michelin, Vredestein, back again. Each one, well, Trelleborg is wide and back. Do we have BKT, standard, wide, standard 2, wide 2, wide 3, wide 4, wide 5, and back. Michelin, wide, standard 2, wide 2, back. Vredestein, wide, standard 2, wide 3, back. And back to trailer board again. Warning stripe, yes or no. Down the side. You can have the rhino, yes or no. Chassis colour, does the chassis. Main colour, does the main colour. Rim colour, does the rims. And license plate option on there too. The Big Body 790 by Bayern-Agrar and Julie 7250. Next, we've got a pack. This is by MacTrucker921, the 30-foot flatbed auto-loading trailer pack. 29.97 megabytes download. These are 21 slots each trailer. The options are the same on each trailer. The difference is when you're doing auto-loading for bales. So I've got a selection of, and these are a mixture of all the different trailers. As you can see here, we've got a flatbed. This is an auto-load trailer as well at the moment. Flatbed with ramps that will go down so you can use it as a transport trailer. We've got a livestock version. The livestock version will take, and this is the same on all of them. So I'll show the options on one, but the options are the same on all. The livestock trailer, let me just check down on my details. We'll do 12 cows, 12 horses, 48 pigs, 48 sheep, or 320 chickens. There's something I haven't been able to get something to work on this. There's supposed to be a floor that can raise and lower. So if you are going for a full load, other than cows and horses, which require the full, but if you're going for sheep, pigs, or chickens, you can have a floor halfway, because you can see the chickens up there, but at the moment they're floating. I can't get the floor to work, but it might be I've got an option mismatched potentially. We've got a tipper option. There's a tanker option. The tanker option can also have a slurrying option. We've also got a lime and fertilizer spreading option on these. And then we've got, well, that one I've gone for a bale trailer. As you can see, that's got round cotton bales on it. These two, obviously, these two have unreal capacity options as well, up to, I think it's 200,000 litres? 150,000, 200,000 litres, if you want to go for those options. It's a pretty cool pack. Now, we've already got I'm sure we've got the 20-foot version of this from MacTrucker921, so this is 30-foot, so slightly longer trailer. You'll find under trailers. So the differences between them being, there are 5 in this pack. The first one does auto-loading small square bales. If you go for that one, it will do 150 small square bales. The second one just does square bales, so normal square bales it will do, and it will do 24 square bales. You can't mix bales up, but it will do different bale sizes, and it says there 1.8, 2.2, 2.4 meters. The next one does round bales. The round bales it will do 18, 1.25, 1.5, 1.8. The next one will do square cotton bales. Square cotton bales it will do 7. Then the last one will do round cotton bales, and that will do, now that's interesting. No, 7 round cotton bales, 2 square. So that one will do 2 square bales, that one will do 7 round bales. So depending on what you're going to be auto-loading with regard to bales, you need to pick a specific one. If you're not going to be doing small square bales ever, you don't want to pick that one. Prices are exactly the same, slot counts are exactly the same. But options within them all after that are identical. So we'll just pick one, doesn't matter which one. At the moment we've got flatbed. Flatbed standard, put your vehicles on, put pallets on, it's got tension straps, whatever you want to do. Auto-loading with square bales. If you're not ever going to do auto-loading, it doesn't matter which one you pick, you just don't put it on auto-load. You've then got a tipper body standard, 37,450 litres. Actually, I'm going to just go down and change the colour to make it a little bit easier to see. Let's go with that. No, that's the frame. Body. There we go, so we can see. So, tipper body standard. You've then got tipper body with extension, 43,400. Log forks, and I'm sure one of these had a cover as well. Oh yeah, cover configuration. So depending on which option you go for, you've got the option of a cover configuration as well, and you can change the cover colour too. So if it's got a cover option, you can change the colour. So tipper body extension. Log forks, you can have the log version. Add liquid tank, 43,200 litre liquid tank, which does pretty much everything. You can have the slurry spreader added on the back. The slurry spreader spreads out to, it says 18 meters on this version. You can then have the spreader system, which does fertilizer and lime, 18 meters. 41,745 litres. You have livestock trailer. We've already spoken about the options of livestock trailer, but we can add decals onto this one. So you've got rear door decal, front top decal, which does the sloped bit there. You can have front bottom decal. You can have both fronts, rear door and top front, rear door bottom front, or all of them. Then you can change the decal colour on there as well. Scrolls through a whole load of different options. You can go through and pick which one you want, and you can change the decal options. That's under the livestock trailer. We've got liquid tank unrealistic, 150,000 litre capacity. Slurry spreader unrealistic, 150,000 litre. Tipper body standard unrealistic, 150,000 litre. Tipper body extension, 200,000 litre. I knew it went up to 200,000 litre. So you can have all these standard, or you can have them in the crazy versions. The lime fertilizer spreader, 150,000 litre, and then we're back to the flatbed. So those options are the same on all of them. You can have all those different options on all of those different trailers, whichever one you go for. We've then got the option of Trelleborg, lizard, knock-in, back-in. Trelleborg, standard, lizard, standard, wide, back-in, knock-in, just those. Now, as far as colours go, and this will depend on the various different options you choose from. Some it will give the option to go in, like if we go back up to, hang on, flatbed for example. We've got ramps on the flatbed version, yes or no. So if you just want a flatbed, you don't want to put any vehicles on it, you can take the ramps off. You can have deck type steel or wooden deck. And then we can change the frame colour and we can change the rim colour. But also, where are we? Steel deck, wooden deck. Yeah, flat frame. We've also got the option of flat frame. We can have it with a hitch ball on the back or a pin hitch. So if you want to have hitches on the back, you can do that too. There's also the gooseneck option with a pin hitch or a ball hitch. So that's on the flatbed. I know we're kind of bouncing between different options, but it's because as you go through, certain options that appear take other options away. It's trying to make sure I kind of try and cover all of them if I can. There are quite a lot to be getting through. Like I said, colour, so we can change the frame colour. On this version, depending on what you're going to be looking at, you can change it in a menu like this. If I want to go for a flat colour, I can. The metal bits are still shiny, so you get an option to change, and the same with the rim colour. We can change it to whatever you want to change it to. And then there's the license plate option. If we go then to a version like that, when we come down to changing the tank colour, we don't then go into an option that gives you all the colour options. We scroll through. And there are loads. I mean, so many. I would say scroll through, find one you like. There's a ton of different options, and I will spend ages going through them all. But you scroll through that way. Frame colour, we can still change on the menu like that. Cover colour, again, we can change the cover colour and rim colour too. Let's go back to that and go back to... If we go slurry spreader or the tank, whichever one we go for. The tank options on this, again, we can change the tank colour as we scroll through. For example, if we want to go for a galvanised, but again, a ton of options on there. But this also has tank trim colour. So if we've gone for the tank, we can change the trim colour on this as well to mix and match through all various different options. I think, has that covered all of them? Probably hasn't. Oh yeah, the livestock trailer. No, the livestock trailer is the same. When we get to there, we can scroll through a host of different options. So, those are the options on the vehicles. This one, I do have it on auto load. Ramps, unfold ramps. If I just want to do regular transport, we do have tension straps on there as well. So just having it as a transport option, you can. If I go to the livestock option, at the moment I've got a load of chickens in here. For this one, open livestock, back, nice animation, nice sound, but as you can see there's no floor in there. It does say, I've got to find it, note, the livestock trailer has a movable dividing floor, middle mouse button or keyboard keys K and M if you're on PC, for the second tier of pigs, sheep and chickens. When loading the other animal types, cows and horses, into the trailer, the dividing floor needs to be moved down and out of the way so animals will not spawn in the middle of the dividing floor. The dividing floor should be moved up for loading a full trailer load of pigs, sheep and chickens, or the second tier of animals will appear to be floating. So I tried it empty and with chickens in it, Now I do have that under L1, right stick side to side and up and down, but I can't get anything to come up. I've tried the various different options. The only thing I've got is an option to close the trailer door. So I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe on PC, but yeah, I can't seem to get it to work on console. That's just, like I say, I've tried empty, I've tried it full, I've tried it, in various different ways. Tipper body, cover open, cover closed. When you unload, it tips up, back opens. This is a tipper body, so it goes up fairly high. If you've got low ceilings and stuff like that, you may not want to go for that as an option. Out of there. I think I went for the slurry spreader on this, and I might have gone on real capacity as well. I can't remember. What did I go for on this one? Oh no, 43,200 litres. But this will spread out to 24 metres. Now the only problem with this one, I don't know why I went for Jaffa Cake colours. Maybe I'm craving Jaffa Cakes. We can change the width. On this one though, it doesn't tell you what the widths are once we go from 24 metres, but there's loads of incremental changes from 24 metres down. We can do double activation rate as well. We can activate double application rate. Double activation. We can activate double application rate. There we go. If I activate double application rate, it will slow it down, but we're getting 2 spreadings, fertilisings in one go. And if you go for the Unreal, I mean, to be fair, with the capacity it's got standard, 43,000 litres, that's going to last a while. But if you go for the Unreal capacity, it's up to like 150,000 litres. You're not going to have a problem with that at all. And then the next one we've got is the fertiliser or lime spreader. That one goes out to 42 metres, and I'm pretty sure when I tried this one, this did have the increments you could see. Let's jump out of that, jump into that, start it up. So this one I've got 150,000 litres in. We're at partial width 42. If we scroll down, yeah, so 42, 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30. It goes all the way down until we get to 12, and then back to 42 again. So incremental increases. And again, you don't have to go Unreal capacity. If we unfold the spreader, let's go. With a 42 metre spread width and 150,000 litres, you can keep going all day with this, can't you? So lime or solid fertiliser, that will do. Cover open and closed. And then we've got the auto load. I've just done one auto trailer and I've gone for the cotton one. This will do 7 round bales. I've only got 2 available at the moment to me. Let's connect to that. So as far as loading and unloading goes, at the moment, I went for without ramps on this one because I was just going to use it for this. Straps on and off. I can transport position, operating position resets them, unload bales. Now I've got the option to go up, down, left and right for the unloading of bales. I don't have a forward or backward option on that. Then unload bales here and they're unloaded. Then reset my trailer and then put it back on operating position. Back they go. If I want to unload onto the trailer, unload bales here, and I can strap them down for transportation. Fairly straightforward. Does the job. And like I say, it depends what bales you want to be transporting. Will help you to choose which trailer to go for. If you're never going to do auto loading bales for any particular reason, then it doesn't really matter which one you go for. You just don't put auto load bale trailer on. So there we go. I think I covered it all. Lastly, 30-foot flatbed auto loading trailer pack by Mack Trucker 921. Now, because I'm not doing the Valmet series by Senior Vertex, apologies to them, that is 67.63 megabytes download. The 3 tractors in that pack are 25 slots, 26 slots, and 25 slots. Sorry about that. So the last of the mods we're going to be looking at today is this. This is the RN pack by Caleruega Modding Design. This is 43.14 megabytes download. We've got under trailers 5 slots, 6 slots, 5 slots, 7 slots. We've then got 2 bale trailers. We've got a 24 bale trailer and a 27 bale trailer. This is the 27, this is 6 slots, and the 24 is 4 slots. We'll have a look at those. in more detail in a moment. The bale trailers will do round bales or square bales, whether it be 24 or 27, it will do either, but you can't mix and match both, and you can't mix and match bale sizes. It's got to be one size or not. As far as the trailers, this is peculiar. It said there were 6 trailers, and it refers to TB9, TB9V, TB12 and TB12V. I haven't found the V options. If we go into our trailers, which is where you'll find them, so we've got the TB9, TB12, TG18 and the TG24. The TG18 and 24 have got swivel front axles. The TB9, TB12 are fixed chassis. Slot count's already covered. That's a 10,000 litre. We can have wheel setup standard or wide. I think the options are pretty much the same on all of them. Beacon, yes or no. That puts a beacon on the back, and there's a license plate option on there too. No colour options, nothing like that. No other tyre options. The TB12 is 18 grand. That's again standard wide. Beacon, yes or no on the back. 15,000 litres. A TG18, 23 grand. Beacon, yes or no. Doesn't have a wide tyre option, 24,500 litre capacity. Then the TG24, 30 grand, 30,000 litre capacity. Again, beacon, yes or no. No colour options or anything like that. We come out from there and we go to bale loading. If I can pass it, no, there we go. Bale loaders. Out on the end, the PL80, which is the 24 bale one. As I said, slot count is 4 on that. 14,500. The options are the same on both of these. Beacon, yes or no. Auto load, no or yes. So if you just want to have it for doing pallets, or you want to manually load your bales or anything like that, you don't have to have the auto load on. You can turn it off and just use it as a regular trailer. License plate option on there too. The PL100, which will do 27 bales, 19,500. Options are exactly the same on that one. As far as tipping goes, I mean, they're fairly standard. The animations are a little bit different. This one, as it tips, that back flap opens. When this one tips, when that goes up, it's like a scissor action. We'll show that one tipping. I'll show you with the beacon as well. And then we've got the swivel axle on the other ones, and then we'll show the auto load functionality, because it's actually quite impressive, the various different things we can do on auto load. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we do have lights, indicators, reverse lights, unload here. I say both scissor action, that lifts. I mean, it's just a little bit different to the other one. The other one's more of a flap, and as it opens, it flaps. Gets itself in a bit of a flap. Let's disconnect that. And do one of the swivel axles. I mean, the tipping's pretty much the same, but just to show you the smoothness of the swivel action on the front. There you go, pretty straightforward. Disconnect that, and then we'll move to the bale trailer. So as far as auto loading and unloading goes on this one, like I say, we'll do round and square. We'll do the round first. So put it on operating position, on they go. When we come to unload, we can unload bales here onto the trailer and then strap them down. Job done. Take the straps off, stop unloading, operating position, which resets them. Now, unlike a lot of bale trailers I've tested recently, when you reset like that, it tends to ping bales over the place. This one hasn't done that, which is pretty cool. So if I go unload bales, we've got under L1, we go up, down, left, right, which is great. That's very helpful. So I can right down to the floor, put them down. Because these are on stack and not on their sides, they won't roll away when you put them down, so I can unload them like that. If I go R1, we've then got the option to do that. We can tilt them that way, so if you do decide, actually, you know what, I'd rather put my bales that way down, you can. They are going to roll if you do, but it does give you a lot more option, and you can go pretty high. So if you want to put them up on shelving, racking, someone's roof, I know I say that every single time, don't I? But so if I unload bales here, no way. I could have done that 20 times, it wouldn't have done that. Anyway. So that's round bales, and like I say, it'll do square bales as well, as long as they're all the same size, but you can't mix and match. Stop unloading, operating position, on we go. Same thing, if I unload bales and unload bales here, put some onto the trailer, they're physically there now and I can strap them down for transport. I don't have to, because they have mass, they have weights now, they're hefty. If I don't want to do that, it does make it a little bit easier for moving the trailers around, but you know, that's probably not the way things are done. Stop unloading, operating position again resets, didn't ping them anywhere. Unload bales, and then again I can move these around. I wonder. I haven't tried this, not because it's stupid, but you know. Can I get this to do some magic? I'll go that way. No, it's just going to fall, isn't it? Or try. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. There we go. And we end on some bale wizardry. Bale henge, we could build one. This is the RN pack by caleruega Modding Design. That's kind of it for the mods for the 13th of December. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. I'm off to get some more tractors and try the tractor pulling rig. Thanks for watching.